Good evening and welcome to Radio Woking. This is Roy Alloway, it's Roy's Happy Hour. Thank you to Nell and for the voice of business. But tonight is all about semen and other things. Harry, how are you doing?
Hi Roy, yeah, it's definitely about semen.
Harry Matadine has written a book which I've read, which I loved. I mean, it's a nice short book, but I rattled through it. So many interesting things in there. Semen retention, talking about having long hair as an antenna to the universe, and aged urine as well.
Yes, so
we have got a lot to get through.
There's a lot of things.
Firstly, let's start on. I'm going to call it the headliner: the semen retention.
Yeah.
So, you believe that we should hold on to our semen. Why?
It's a good question, Roy. So I've just learned a lot of things over the life because I was depressed for a lot of my life and I've been through a lot of suffering. So in my head, I've woken up to a lot of things that I've learned. And obviously, I didn't invent this idea of semen retention. This is a practice that's gone around for thousands of years.
Okay, where did it start?
We believe it started in India and China. Now, the Taoists and the Indian, the sadhus of now, they're the ancestors of the Indians now. So they were practicing this.
Yeah.
There's a phrase called brahmacharya,
right,
where the men would choose celibacy and brahmachari would cease from having sex because the sex would lead to the temptation of ejaculation. So
it does do that sometimes.
So what the sadhus in the old found is that when they meditated and did serious work on themselves and tried to explore the higher consciousness, they found that the preservation of semen each day allowed easier access to their godly energy to rise, and they felt more centered and grounded and peaceful when they did it.
That makes sense to me, because when you're so focused on something, so committed on it, and to give up that to achieve something else, it's going to put you in a better position to be able to do it, I believe.
Yes, exactly.
It's like trying to lose weight and not eat food. It's if you're on it and you're really focused, you can do it. But if it's just a normal day...
Well, I think me, Roy, that sex can be, and chasing girls can sometimes be a distraction, or relationships. And when you tune that godly energy, if you think about it, that energy of semen, it creates a baby, yeah? So that power, there's power within the life force of the ejaculation. So if it creates a baby and you keep it inside, it loops around the body and charges up, and that could be used for creative endeavors. Many of the world's most famous men have consciously or unconsciously practice semen retention to unlock the capabilities of creativity. And to be honest, a lot of the most amazing things you created, I believe, not all of them
have come from jizz. So you just believe that it's just so nutrient rich, it's so powerful that you need to retain it. And even because you yourself haven't self-ejaculated since 2019, is that right?
Well, here's the thing: I've stopped watching porn since 2019, and I don't manually anymore. But I'm a human being, and you'll find as a guy that you'll still get wet dreams every now and then.
Yeah, that's amazing. I've had 2 in my life, long time ago. I'd love another one, but I'm not sure I'm prepared to do the groundwork to get there. So you haven't self-done it since 2019?
Correct. Only wet dreams.
Just a quick calculation, Harry. I've had 1,800 more orgasms than you over the last 5 years. What's wrong with that?
Well, there's nothing wrong with it.
They're quite nice.
There's nothing wrong with it, Roy, but get this. Imagine if another real truth you could tune me into is that men can have orgasms just like women.
Without ejaculating?
Yes, and the men's ejaculation lasts 5 seconds, and the women's one is much more satisfying. So another reason to practice is you allow yourself. I even had once accidentally an internal orgasm, and it lasted for a few minutes in my prostate, not through, and I wasn't aroused or anything.
Okay.
But I can.
You sat on some oranges or something, was it?
No, it wasn't even that. I was doing yoga, the sunset, and I was just.
You had a 2-minute orgasm doing yoga. I'd be kicked out of the class.
Yeah, it was really like a woman's one. I was going like, what's going on down here? I felt it wasn't external, it was internal, and it was like a wave coming on and on.
Okay.
It was really pleasurable.
What are the physical and advantages of retaining the semen?
Oh my God, there's so many. So first of all, I think that a lot of guys, because they ejaculate and because of the way his life is, don't have enough testosterone in their body. So basically, the longer a guy goes with semen retention, the more masculine he gets, the more testosterone, the more dopamine. So literally, and also it's a vibe where, funny enough, the longer you do it, the more the girls can pick up on that frequency.
Okay, so your testosterone, you become more masculine. You said in your book 700%.
Yeah, something crazy after 7 days, something like that.
Yeah. Well, as you know, you were meant to come in before.
Yeah, that's right.
And you blew me off last minute. I was on day 7 of abstaining.
Day 8, no?
Never forget. Well, I got to day 8 one month and he's not coming in, that's it.
Yeah. How do you feel after day 8? Did you tune in?
No difference, I'm afraid.
No difference.
Nothing.
Okay.
But I didn't know really what I was looking for, and I just decided to break my fast in the middle of the night, so I didn't sort of get up and do anything to see how I felt. So I was pleased I went that long. It's definitely the longest I've gone since I first discovered it when I was 14.
I mean, if you tune into the fact that a lot of people do discipline in their life, it's a great discipline to have.
Yes.
Like, just to
there's nothing
not
wrong
yourself.
with a bit of discipline, like making your bed in the morning.
And also, like, for the way it is, I think society, particularly for men, is very hard because we've all grown up with porn, and porn to me is a distraction, not just for the ejaculation and that. It's just very harming to relationships and to culture. This instant gratification nonsense. So the semen retention discipline is it tunes you in more to self-awareness and discipline, which you can extrapolate to anything in your life.
There are a couple of things I want to talk about porn. So there is an evidence that to get the dopamine hit, you will look for something slightly harder, slightly racier, and you can go. I personally have never gone down that route. I dip in, I watch a bit, it helps me out. It's like a chore. I always think of it as a chore every day. Put the bins out, knock one out, get back on with your day. So I've never sort of delved. I don't think it's affected me, but then I like to go out a lot, but I've not become an alcoholic, and I'll have a bet on the Grand National and I'm not a gambler, stuff like that. So I guess it can affect some people.
Yes, you're right. Not everybody.
That's down to you to be able to monitor that. The other thing about porn is, I think of porn a bit like 80s music. There was I can't remember the name of the actress. She did a brilliant piece where she said, the problem with porn is, my favourite music's like electronic type of music, but I still love an 80s tune. Absolutely love an 80s tune, because when I first discovered music, that's what was around. So I have real affection for that. And what this lady was saying is, if you're older men are attracted to younger girls because when they first discovered about their bodies and girls' bodies and all that, and that's what they look at rather than 55-year-old MILF. So there is a lot to be said from restricting it. And if you ever, I don't know, if I ever thought that watching it would affect a relationship I was in, I wouldn't do it, and I don't think it ever has.
Yeah, interesting. I mean,
but it could. I could see how it could.
Yes, not as the porn generally has a deep dark aspect to it. That it literally each ejaculation. I mean, I'm controversial here. You come on and ask me the truth. The way I see it is, like, everyone's at a vibrational frequency, and each ejaculation costs you a little bit.
Well, I have to do some vibration to get there. It costs you. You think it really takes away, because now when you have wet dreams, you wipe it into yourself, don't you? You want to absorb it back in.
Oh, that's an interesting topic. Well,
I got that from a book by Harry Maston.
All right, so yes, some people like myself do actually reabsorb it back into the skin, which is very controversial. Or I'd eat it, right? If it was
okay. Dude, would you put some flavouring in, or ice cream with jizz?
You're talking to a guy that drinks urine, so
come on to urine, Harry. Don't even.
I can do anything pretty much. It's programming all of this though. Ingesting of substances that are actually a medicine is where I see it, whereas most people would see it as a bodily waste. The reason I can do it is because I know it's medicine.
I'm surprised, Harry, that I can literally eat a whole chicken. Because if you think, when you get the chicken, if I had to catch one myself and take the feathers off and then cook it, but even with a supermarket one, you're pretty much seeing everything, and I'm able to just go through that. So I've programmed that, haven't I?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, well, in a way you have, because a lot of people wouldn't run and want to kill the chicken, right?
Yeah.
They abstain responsibility to someone else, because if you're seeing an animal die, I don't care who you are, unless you're completely desensitized, you'd be shocked.
It'd be horrible,
It'd be a horrible experience. You'd learn over time.
It's a big step from chicken, though, to jizz and chips, you know what I mean? So I'm not sure that's a step that I want to make. The issue, I think, it's my job to ask you the questions that people listening would want to ask. Is the evidence, like, how can you possibly know that there's 700% more testosterone after a week? What scientific tests have you done? It's not a body that's been researched scientifically that much, because
there's no interest in people.
There's no pharmaceutical.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one from my own personal.
It'd be a great thesis at uni, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll tell you from my own personal experience. That's what I'm key at. Is like, I'm 36, and when I'm on a 2-week free for 1 month run, I've got the swag. You know that guy swag, the cool guy swag? I've got that swag at 36, and I've got the energy of a 16, 18-year-old boy when I'm double that
I'm not
age.
surprised, mate. You must be so horny. You just like walk past a tree and what?
Yeah, that's to it. There is that to it, yeah. But that swag is what it's all about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a massive believer in it. You've only had wet dreams, but have you had some partners since 2019?
Yeah, the funny thing is I've had 2 partners, and I was so serious with it, the books and how I live my lifestyle, that I was practicing non-stop, and my partner supported me. However, guess what? I did slip up a few times because I'm a human being. But my main intention...
You are forgiven, Harry.
But honestly, my main intention was always to have an...
Did you eat it off them straight away, or...
No, I was a bit... in my head, ashamed that I'd done it. I was like,
just reduce your vibration.
Yeah, I mean, I don't beat myself so much, but I mean, yeah, there is a fact to it. It's same as I think drinking alcohol. Yeah, alcohol does the same thing. Drinking alcohol is another one that if people do it too much, obviously you get to a point where you drink it so much, you're acting like you don't even know who you are. And what I believe that is your the vibration field has been blown apart. Now demons have permission to come inside the body.
Okay.
And now you're no
in
longer
the spiritual world.
Now you're no longer you. You're someone else. Okay. The demon is there, and then you do things you don't even remember the next day.
People aren't like demons when they get into that state.
Yeah.
When so are you're purposely never gonna do it again. When you have a wet dream, is that your body not telling you to get that stuff out of you?
Yeah, you see, what I think with that is I've got my own trauma to heal, so I think I've got my own demons, funny enough, that...
and you ejaculate them out?
I believe
and then drink them back in?
Yeah, I believe my wet dreams are because...
Are they nice?
I don't remember some of them, but I know they're all sexual, the ones I have the wet dreams on. But yeah, I don't know.
Sex with demons. But this is going in a really strange place.
Yeah. Basically, I think it's an issue that I've got with wet dreams because I know a load of guys who practice this and they don't have it as much as me. I get it pretty regularly every few weeks.
Yeah. No, listen, it's because you're not ejaculating. That's what it is. And it's, that's great. If I thought leaving myself alone for 20 days could get me one, I'd try it.
But what I'm saying to you is there's guys that practice this and they won't have wet dream for years. Okay. So it's an issue that's depending on the person. Some people, a wet dream is... It's just because something's wrong with you, basically. It's not even a build-up. You have the energy's been blocked up inside me.
Is it not like I struggle with insomnia. We were talking about this on the way over, and I have to build up a need for sleep throughout the day. So I can't sleep during the day because then I just won't have enough. I need for the nights that I can get some sleep. So you have a need. So and then hunger as well. The longer you go, the hungrier you get.
Yeah.
The hornier you get without.
Yeah, that's the challenge. The challenge is to transmute that energy and become so clear in the channels that build up. Your body can't contain the semen, but if you purify your channels, you can contain it for years with no wet dream. That's what I'm saying to you. Okay. But you need to be very pure on a physical, mental, spiritual level, which is what I'd like to achieve in my lifetime.
Okay.
I'm not brahmacharya. I want a partner.
What's brahmacharya?
Which is celibacy, I guess. Okay. I don't want to be celibate, but I would like to find... I need a partner that would support me on a mission and not encourage me to ejaculate.
Same for female orgasm or not?
Oh, what do you mean? Good question.
Yeah.
That's controversial.
Only if it's a squirter. Is that what you're going to say?
So I know the semen is good for guys. I think from what I've heard, truthfully, women have benefits, but they don't experience the same loss from orgasm.
Sure.
So they're okay with their orgasms. But yes, if they keep it in also, they're less strict. They can be less strict than us, basically.
What a brilliant subject to discuss on Roy's Happy Hour. Very unhappy hour if you're not... Anyway, we, as you know, the guest choose the tunes. We're about to play dub effects for Harry. If you want to get involved, you can find Roy's Happy Hour on Facebook, at Roy Alloway on Insta, or you can email studio@radiowoking.co.uk.
Seen it before. The world want peace, yes, that's for sure. This thing called war, we don't want no more, no more, no more. No more guns, no more bombs, no more innocent kids and moms. Too much bad mind politicians. Soldiers, please put down your weapons. I don't believe that the people wanna war for them. I don't believe we ain't even keeping score for them. All I see is we are wasting our adrenaline. Jump higher in the fire, now we skeleton. Hold a gun and them say you a bit gentleman. If you run them, I say you a bit feminine. Speak truth and I'm saying that the genuine. So we bring it satisfy them appetite. With them war on strike, politicians sending gun and ammunition and TV ads and lies. People them can't survive. I feel up it up round deep on me heart. In me blood get cut off, bloody war off it stop. Now them a talk about the nuclear attack. With them eyes up being black when the world they collapse. You're no trust in our rewriting laws. And the round of applause, slow the heat and cut the gas. Freedom of speech everywhere I get bleach. War and cry them a preach, but now with them go rich. You say your top can corrupt where mama drop on civilian. Your billion, Satan of blood spillion. From way back you don't respect people lives in a blood. Say you are live and I can make another million. Them blindly obedient to media. Already done Afghanistan and Syria. You say that you are different but similar. Dopey politicians try pause the period. Me feel pain with the newspaper headline. Fire feet ain't no children to cry. Blessed love is designed to mankind. I'm outside I can turn the blind eye. We don't need no war. We don't need no war. We don't need no war. We don't need.
Woking.
Unless your vision has changed, you may not give your eye health much thought, but your eyes can actually tell us a lot about your general health, even if they don't feel any different. That's why at Specsavers, we recommend that you and your family visit us at least once every 2 years to have your eyes tested. Pop into your local Specsavers store or visit us online to book a test and to find out more about eye health and information on our fantastic offers.
Hi everyone, we're the team at Winston Sports Centre, your friendly local gym. We're here to help you get fit, healthy and put a smile on your face. Whether you want to shed calories in an indoor cycling class, become the next Wimbledon champion on our tennis courts, or improve your physical well-being with one of our dedicated trainers, we have the tools and services to help you achieve your goals. There's physiotherapy, football pitches, basketball and netball courts, exercise classes and a fabulous gym too. In fact, there's something for everyone. Winston Sports Centre at the Winston Churchill School, Hermitage Road, St John's, Woking. Visit us online at winstonsportscentre.co.uk and begin your adventure. We hope to see you soon.
60 minutes of happiness on Radio Woking. Are all drinks half price? You must be joking. Roy's Happy Hour. Roy's Happy Hour.
Kevin Burgess there with a lovely little jingle. Harry Matadine is here, and we've spent a good 15 minutes talking about semen retention. I'm not sure we've solved the puzzle, but we've certainly learned a lot. How can people get hold of you, Harry?
Yeah, so I have a YouTube channel, Holistic Health of Harry is my brand name. I have Facebook, Harry Matadine, also Holistic Health of Harry. And my email is harrymatadine1word@gmail.com. And even if they go on watch on 4OD Celebrity Big Detox, I thought I'd do a plug, Roy. Celebrity Big Detox for 4OD. I was on the urine therapy show there, so
yeah, I definitely want to check that out. So listen, we'll talk about age urine in a second. Tell us about your theory about long hair.
Yeah, sure. Again, it's not really my theory, so I've learned a lot from the ancestors. If we think about the Native Americans back in America, all of them had long hair, and there was
because they had no barbers.
Ah, right. Well, the thing is, they were very in tune to nature, yeah? And so they believed it was and I believe it's an extension of the nervous system. All hair, I believe, grown on the body isn't technically meant to be cut, and that includes women's hair as well on the legs. Now, that's just a preference thing that guys do. But when the Native Americans grew their hair long, what they found is it made them more intuitive, and also it gave them a bit of the psychic superpowers. So, for example, when the white man was coming from a long distance, they'd put their hair, because they had the long hair, they'd put their head down on the thing and listen to the stones, and they'd hear from a long distance. Now, I'm not saying the entire crazy things they could do was the long hair, but I found myself, and a lot of guys that do these kind of things you get a lot of increased energy. I know for myself, my intuition gets a little bit more on point, my self-awareness of if someone's coming in my life, it's a bit of a red flags. I get more red flags with people and green flags, whether people are safe for me to interact with.
From your hair?
Yeah, it sounds nuts, but because all the hair was designed...
Glad you've acknowledged it sounds nuts, Harry. So what about nasal hair? Would you let that grow?
I mean, which guy wouldn't, right? Unless it sticks out, then I'd maybe... If it sticks out too much, I'd obviously...
So what's the rule?
What's the rule?
Do you trim your beard? Very healthy beard you have?
I like to grow my beard, but I do trim it sometimes, and I'm very young when I do it.
And your hair, you've ever cut it or not?
Oh yeah, sure. I used to cut it all my life, and now I decided 2-3 years ago that I'm never going to cut it again for a long time.
Okay.
So I'm not attached to my hair growing long. It's another thing as well, if we tune into the story in the Bible of Samson and Delilah, there's a deep meaning there. So what happens is, quickly, Samson was powerful and strong, and he has his hair chopped off by Delilah. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if she does it on purpose or not. And then all of a sudden he can't pick up. There's an analogy and truth in that. It's basically saying that there's a power, there's a strength, there's a vitality, same as a semen retention, there's a vitality that happens from growing your hair long. Another reason why they chop the army guys' hairs off, it's not just compliance and conformity, it's because it's taking away your power. It's the symbol of the slave in our ancestors' time was cutting your hair long.
Well, listen, you know your stuff. So, Harry, at this point, you have to say, if someone has a theory or believes anything, and that can be anyone, it can be a teenager, it can be anyone, if they suddenly wake up in the night and believe something, all of the evidence you will ever need to back that up is on the internet. And that's due to misinformation, but it's all interpretation of historic stuff and like that. Yeah. Are you not worried that what worries me is that hair thing just sounds like such a load of baloney in terms of it makes you more intuitive and all that. There's just no basis in science. Yes, there's stories, Delilah, and I see what you're saying about the army lads so they can have control. Everyone looks the same, you're just a number. I get that. But are you not taking away from something more powerful, maybe the semen and urine, by pushing that one? That's the only thing that would worry me.
I wouldn't honestly say that I push it too much. I mean, I'm on the show talking about it now, but when I'm with my friends and stuff, I never push these things. But I would say one thing. The way to... Google and all these things are great, because if you go on Google, you type in urine, is it good for you? And all I see is people putting you off as something that from my own direct experience, I found is a complete lie. Now, to figure out the lie, you have to do the urine. The same with the hair. How would you even know if you're going to listen to Google, understand it'll put you off or say it's baloney, but you just need to try it for yourself.
Yeah, sure.
But the thing is, that one takes time.
You never know. And also, but you can try these things, and it might not be that gives you a positive result, but because it's happened whilst you're doing it, you'll take on to it. Maybe that's what
you've got to be careful, right? You don't know what's giving you the positive results. There's such a thing as placebo, right? Don't get me wrong. There's placebo. You can make something better.
Mate, sometimes I take the odd thing for my insomnia, and I have a great night's sleep, and I'm like, I've cracked it, and the next thing I'll take the same, and it won't. So it's, there's so many things.
There is.
So so you would recommend everyone grow their hair long and just feel more in tune with everything.
But at the same
around.
time, it's so not dramatic that at one point I'm not attached to it either. I think it's very dangerous to get attached to having your hair long too.
Sure.
So I'm going to go phase of my life on purpose where I cut it.
And then just see if there's a difference.
Yeah, exactly. Because don't get me wrong, you think about it, what I'm saying, I'm promoting it and saying it's good for you and it's my journey and all these things, you should do it. But at the same time, look at Buddhist monks. They're all right.
Maybe they've got really long pubes. I don't know how it works. They're not even allowed that region. Maybe that's how they get around it.
Yeah, maybe.
That's why they've got long skirts, because they... Yeah.
Trying to hide a fuse.
You know what I'm trying to say. All right, let's move on to the age urine then, because I know there's been some studies on this. Tell us all about, well, I call it age urine, but you say it's any urine.
Any urine.
I've only known it for jellyfish stings to be of really any benefit.
Right.
The episode of Friends, for example. But so what's your
It woke me up. In 2016, I was not into physical health. I was open-minded to reading books. I read a book that was claiming all these things, and I thought I wasn't completely on board, if I'm being honest with you. I read it in a day, and I thought, well, I've got access to the urine, fresh morning. It says, take a little swig. I was not into health.
Whoa, hang on. Yeah. So you swigged your own urine in the morning?
Yes, after reading a book. It was warm. It's always warm, the urine, after it comes out of you. Yeah, exactly.
I did know that, Harry. I was wondering if you let it cool down.
I wonder how you knew that, right?
My mind goes, we are after the watershed, but I think you've got to be a little bit careful. But no, so that you read the book and you went, I'll try it in the morning.
I tried it, and I'll be honest with you, this is actual truth. My vibration shifted so much, it could not be any more obvious. The difference was night and day. My brain woke up, my depression that I thought had cured went away, my energy got through the roof, and more than that, on a spiritual aspect, I heard a voice say, your life will never be No, it wasn't even that. It said, your life will never be the same again, Harry. That was 2016. If you look at me now, I can't believe how much I transformed. I was a shy guy, very quiet, socially anxious, awkward, hiding.
You've been very brave today, straight on a radio show, first time, but not even bad an eyelid.
I don't even consider it a brave, Roy. It's just who I am now. That's the truth. I'm so different. And I'm not saying that drinking urine, I'm saying that opened up the doors. Drinking the urine opened up the doors to my vibration shifting so much. So I knew then, at that point, it didn't matter what anyone told me, whether it's good or bad. I knew my truth. And I found other people that do it too.
That's amazing. And so you do it every day?
No, I do it sometimes when I feel like it now. Okay. I don't do it. I used to do it religiously because when you're excited about something, you get into it and you want to do it. I was doing it all kinds of angles. I was doing it up the bum, I was doing it up the nose, I was rubbing it on my skin, drinking it's a great way, obviously. But now I've slowed down because I'm easy, I've relaxed. I use it as a medicine.
So how do you put the urine up your bum? Just interested.
Yeah,
asking for a friend.
It's called an enema. Maybe the older generation on here would know the enema. Have you heard of it?
So you have to put a tube up and then pour it in?
That's right, or a syringe. You could just get a little syringe, but yeah, a tube.
Syringe.
Yeah, I use a syringe these days because it's a big
it sounds much better. Yeah,
it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and you do that yourself? You must be quite flexible.
I've done that a few times, yeah.
Okay.
I take a little syringe around me travelling just in case I get blocked up or I want to clear up my bowels.
All right.
And it really does clear up your bowels. Yeah, cool.
And do you eat asparagus? No, sorry, that's sperm, isn't it? No, what do you...
That does make your urine smell? Yes, it does.
Do you... Weetabix? No, do you... so do you... prepare, like if you're feeling a bit down, actually I'm going to eat this now or drink this now to make my urine a bit better, or have you got recipes?
No, so I tell
cocktails.
No, not at all. I tell people obviously the urine's taste can be affected by your diet, yeah? So if you're eating a lot of food and not so good, but I tell people all the time the truth is it doesn't matter what your diet is, just do it. Okay. And if you're going to do it, and
how much?
It's a good question. At the beginning, I suggest people go for it because most people, if they're not tuned into health, need a lot at the beginning, and you'll need less and less as you go on.
Like a pint? You know, that morning wee.
The best one in the day, if I had to choose, was the morning. It's got melatonin, the one to help you sleep.
Yeah.
So, and it's got loads of hormones, vitamins, enzymes, minerals, stem cells.
Because you flushed out throughout the night.
Yeah, exactly. And it's darker and it's more powerful.
Yeah.
But they're all good.
Your urine shouldn't be dark, Harry. You're not having enough liquid, if it is.
Oh, well.
It's got to be clear, isn't it, from all the
Who told you that?
hydration.
The Google?
That is common knowledge. That is common knowledge that dark urine means you're not having enough water, you're not hydrated enough.
Oh, you see, I also believe in the power of dry fasting, not eating and drinking.
Okay. Now, fasting, I'm a massive fan of. Yeah. I've only just heard about dry fasting. That doesn't make any sense at all because your cells just need water. Yes. You know, what percentage of us is water? It's quite a high percentage.
You know, one thing I do with that one is, what I've done the dry fasting, in my experience, my brain wakes up from it. Well, what it does is it structures, the water's already in your blood, it structures it, so it makes it more hydrating, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. When you dry fast, you don't get as thirsty as you think because your water that's already in you becomes more hydrating. It changes the structure of it. Okay. So like that, yeah.
Yeah, that terrifies me though. I don't think that can be good for your health, personally.
We'll see. Yeah. I did quickly 7 days eating food and not drinking anything. Nothing for 7 days. And I did it on Facebook to prove to people that it can be done with my friends.
Yeah.
And I was okay afterwards. I felt really good.
I mean, there obviously is water in food. So you would have got some that way. But yeah, it sounds like you're pushing yourself. I love the fact that you can push yourself and try these things. What are you hoping for? What are you searching for?
See, what I told you there was back in the day, I wouldn't do that now anymore. What I'm searching for now, for being honest, is not trying so hard and wanting to be something special. I want to feel equality and peaceful in my nature and know that I'm connected to everything. So like the power of now. If anyone listening has heard to the power of now, the Eckhart Tolle book is a very famous book.
Yeah.
Our entire freedom and peace of mind can only come in by being present to the moment. And sometimes nature can whack us into it. Sometimes we have a good night out, we're in flow, we can get in the present moment, being around friends. But that present moment is what I want, because that's where I believe we all get to at some point in our lives, even towards the end when we're dying. We can't attach to objects and things. We just get in the moment and we become like a baby. I think that's what we're all searching for, so I'm searching for that, sure.
Have you got close to it, do you reckon?
Yeah, even this year, I've had moments where I've been really present. You know what I realised? I realised in that moment there was no fear, because I realised from the difference that we're all like wanting things and attached to things, and basically our egos are not at peace. It's hard to describe. We're always wanting or craving, but when you enter the now, you just feel like when you're really here.
That really makes sense to me. Really makes sense to me. We're all sort of on a journey to get somewhere. Do we truly experience,
Yeah, I mean, if you were not in your head thinking, if we weren't in your head thinking, and you were really experiencing right now, say you're by yourself and you were really, like almost like if you've taken some plant medicine or some things when you were acid when you were younger. So when you're really here, that is satisfying. That is the thing. It's like we've kind of been sold a lie that we need to believe so much and be attached to our thinking, past and future, and that serves us, past and future. But we've lost disconnection to the moment, to the present moment. So yeah.
Okay, man. Feeling it. Listen, should we have another song?
Yeah, go for it.
You're a massive fan of Fear. You've got 2 songs by one artist, which I guess hasn't done for a while. So let's check these out. Let's have a listen to Giving Thanks. Well, I hope you don't love her too much. We know what could happen.
No, she's got a partner. Sorry, she's my dream woman though. Yeah.
What a shame. There you are, Fear. This is Harry for you.
May my dance be a prayer. Hello, my name's John Andrews.
And I'm Matt Sidney.
You can join us here on Radio Woking every Sunday morning from 9 o'clock for Lara on Sunday.
The only way to start your Sunday. We will have live interviews. We will have other special guests. We will have great music. We'll have quizzes and a lot more besides, including 1 or 2 surprises and the obvious mention of food just because it's John and I.
Obviously, yeah, we do like our food. So it's John and Matt, Lara on Sunday. Join us here on Radio Woking from 9 until 12.
You bring the coffee, we'll bring everything else.
This is Radio Woking.
It's Roy's happy hour. He's a man of the hour. Roy's happy hour. He's a man of the hour.
Roy's happy hour. Roy's happy hour. Roy's happy hour. Yeah. Roy's happy hour. Roy's happy hour. Yeah.
It's Roy's happy hour.
You're listening to Roy's Happy Hour. Harry Matadeen is here, M-A-T-A Dean, which is D-E-E-N. Find him on YouTube, Holistic Health and Instagram. And we've been chatting about semen retention, age, urine, and long hair. You used to have social anxiety. You've come through that now.
Yeah, no, that was part of my awakening, to be honest. I self-created social anxiety because at puberty, to be honest, my parents, I grew up in fear. My parents used to use physical punishment as a way to... So I grew up in a lot of...
I had that too. It was just that time.
Yeah.
Get over the bed, wait to be spanked, and, I was very naughty. I probably deserved it.
I would love to say I deserved it. I did sometimes, but I remember it was when people are stressed, they just give it to you. Anyway, I grew up very shy, and I didn't have many great social skills. I guess I was inauthentic. I would always used to laugh and not really talk. And when I was hit puberty, of course, the girls thing comes in, but I just didn't know how to talk to girls or guys. I didn't know how to talk to guys, let alone girls. So this really affected me. And I think at sixth form, I made a conscious decision to hide at toilets at school, and that's when it really started to go wrong. I would literally hide all the time, and guess what? When you hide and isolate, you create stories in your head that are dark. I can tell you some of the dark stories, but you might not even believe how dark it was.
That's tough times, man. Tough times.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I even had thoughts of becoming a suicide bomber. I was like, I hate people. People don't care about me. I became very egoic in a negative way.
The funny thing is, right? The teenagers are having the same issues now, but now it's so much easier to get help and to talk about. So when you were going through it,
I felt like there was nobody. I would talk to my parents, but they would just tell me to go to a psychologist. But
they didn't have the skills because no one knew about it then, so they wouldn't have had the skills to do
No,
that.
they didn't, and because they were both foreign, they came to England. They didn't have the awareness that they just wanted me to.
Where are they from?
Mauritius, my dad's from, and Argentina, my mum.
Oh wow!
So yeah. But yeah, after puberty and all these things, I just dug myself in a really dark hole. And this was for many years. At uni, I'd also not go to lectures because I was too scared. I told you when we were one-on-one that as well, I would drink alcohol. I got into alcohol, and basically I was borderline alcoholic because I was too scared to even go to the shops.
Yeah.
Even basic things. I couldn't go out in the streets without drinking alcohol because I was scared of the judgment. So I was using alcohol to destroy myself and get confident enough to do basic things. So
it's so hard, isn't it? I just wish everyone knew that people think people are looking at you or whatever, and they're just not, are they? Everyone's got their own stuff going on.
No, this is the thing.
Common sense and telling people that just
because once you get in your head and start going down the darkness, you start deluding yourself that the whole world, you get really egoic in a negative way. You think the whole world's about you, and it's just not. What grounds you is talking to people, having friends, having good friends grounds you. But I wouldn't allow that because I was so awkward. So my mannerisms on the streets would be looking down, and I mean, I wish I had a camera because there's levels of looking down and awkwardness, and I know that I went through some really dark shit with that. Yeah.
What was the turning point for you, would you say? Obviously, you went past puberty, and then what? Like after uni, did you get a job or?
No, so I failed uni, by the way, 2 times because I didn't attend lectures. My dad was paying for it. I think it got to a point. I even remember in my room at home. Yeah, I had to be honest with myself. At that point, I was lying to myself, and I got real, and I said, Harry, if you carry on like this, forget about getting girls. You ain't going to talk to guys. You can't even socialise with guys. realised I had that moment, that awakening. And I can't remember that day, but I remember how I looked and where I was. And from that day onwards, I learned a few things. Like, I was always open-minded to self-help. I learned about the game and cold approaching girls. That made things exciting for me, because the girl issue I thought could be taken care of. I learned how the skill of talking to girls on the streets and attracting them. So I had a lot of hope, and I just decided one day, all right, let's do this pick-up cold approach thing. And I was so in fear that, forget about talking to girls and telling them they're cute. At first, I was struggling, honestly, to ask an old person for the time. I remember the first day in Guildford, I went out, and then my mission was to ask for an old person the time, and I was so socially anxious, I failed, and I came home on the bus, I remember crying. I remember crying on the bus like a failure, because I couldn't talk.
Imagine that, though. How brave of you to give yourself that mission in the first place, that clarity. If it's a tiny step, do the first step first, and then move on,
I got over that, right? Eventually, the crying stopped, and I got manned up, and I started asking strangers for the
Interesting you use the phrase manned up.
Yeah.
Why did you drop that? It's not manning up, is it? Because you had a genuine issue. It's not like,
Yeah, but I think I was in my feminine too much, waiting for the world. I mean, in terms of waiting for the people to come and save me. And for a man in this day and age, you have to create your own value, and you have to learn your own social skills. If you want to have a perfect wife, you can't wait for your wife to. I have the belief that you can't wait for the perfect woman to come. You're a guy. You
have to manifest for anything in life, don't you?
But also,
if you want people to be nice to you, you have to be nice to them.
Yeah, but it's a guy thing too, right? Folks take action. It's more guys tend to take action. They tend to do.
Say that these days.
You don't.
It's all me
sorry.
too. It's everyone. We're all the same now. No, you can, and that's certainly how you felt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then. So what happened after that? Continue the journey.
Yes, exactly. So I learned all these skills, and I got really confident talking to strangers, which helped me make friends. And then the urine came in at some point in 2016, because before that I wanted to be a dating coach. I wanted to learn how the art of cold approaching girls on the street, getting attraction and sleeping with them, and having a perfect wife that way. But the thing was, I had a lot of trauma, and the trauma would allow me to approach and be confident for 2 seconds or a minute, but it was a mask, because my trauma would come out, and then the girls would pick up on this needy energy, and it wouldn't go very well. But I was guided by God, I believe, because the urine came at a time when that career was just over. I ran out of money. I had to come back, live with mum and dad. I drank the urine just a week before my dad picked me up, and it put me down a path of Facebook, because I had no one when I was drinking the urine. I was by myself, and I went on Facebook and searched urine therapy groups, added myself. I wasn't like I am now. I was much more shy and not talking about it. I learned in a year or two after that to become more open and talk. Basically, I was so passionate about the urine and what it's done for me, making me. I was now on doing Facebook Lives. For me, before, as the shy guy, it was bizarre that I would have the confidence, because I knew when you know something's truthful and the whole world has lied about something, it gives you a stick up your ass. You get passionate about it, like you wouldn't believe.
I love that it's worked for you. When you say the whole world's lied, it's something you said in your book that governments are trying to demasculise men so they can have more control. Again, for me, that just decreditizes all of your other stuff. I want to hear about some of the things that makes you feel better, but it's what you believe, and it's your journey, and we're here to explore that. So so you now you are going to have a barrier to relationships because of the urine and because of the extreme views. They don't worry you, or you seem to have come to a place where you're becoming a bit more normal, a bit more mainstream. What's the balance?
That's a good question. I think the ultimate goal for me is to be completely normal, but at the same time, I would like a girl that approves my lifestyle. I'm not going to radically change, because my lifestyle is
got to be yourself.
I'm off to Thailand, and I love doing yoga and drinking urine and all these kind of things, and having deep conversations. And
we've gone deep enough tonight. I can go deeper.
We've gone pretty deep. But I need that. It's not that normal girls aren't deep. It's when you've suffered so much and that climb of vibration up, you've learned so many things you want to share with a partner, and some people just aren't interested, because either they're born happy, they don't have that suffering, and good for you. I want to share my journey with someone that's...
you need someone who's had a similar journey, don't you? Listen, let's stick a bit of Ren on. Where's this come from? Seven Sins.
So Ren's got famous over the last years, and he's underground. He never got a contract. He's one of those that never sold out his music, and he's a lyrical genius, and his beats are mad. I really love them.
Let's check out Ren's mad beats.
broken on the kitchen floor. I clawed at the laminate, pain wanted my body, an uninvited guest, bones of a home where the devil could rest. I cursed the gods, cursed my messiah, cursed my maker, I cursed all of creation. Where I lay, feeble and thin, sick boy, seven my sin. Have you ever felt pain? Stomach wrenching, unrelenting, tell me, have you ever felt pain? Condescending, muscles clenching, tell me, have you ever felt pain? A rose emerges from the pavement cracks. I write my eulogy with broken glass, eternal parallax.
Pain.
Pain the author, I accept this. Pain the teacher, bruised apprentice. Pain resisting, pain will come. Pain the mother, I'm the son. Pain that splits you, too many hits you. The dark and the light are converted to one. Pain that twists you, the heavens dismiss you. The Father, the Ghost, and the Holy Son. Body bagging me. Zip it up quick if things don't be. I search for peace in the belly of a beast. Sick boy, onomatopoeia. Running up a fever, following a leader. Wanna be me, huh? Grass isn't greener. Like seizure, dynamite dealer. Dying at the table of the coroner. E-top for 13 years and I've been feeling so stuck. Lucky number 13, just my luck. Empires tumble, rubble and dust. The universe shrinks and the planets combust. In God we trust. God tied a noose to his neck and he walked to the edge and he jumped. Angels wept, I bear witness. Watching the whole thing unfold from my bed. A bed where I never depressed. A bed where I'm always depressed. A bed with the human oppressed. A bed for a tomb where I slept. A bed in the room that's a womb for this mess. Sick boy bitten by a tick boy. Tell me how it feels to be buried while you breathe. Stones and sticks boy, pain is a gift boy. Hard to make a stand when you crawl on your knees and I kneel. I kneel at the altar of my own disease and I beg. I beg this guy for mercy, mercy never came. I did me dirty, 33 and hurting, cursing. Jesus died at 33 and still my sins are lurking. Gears are turning, future stays uncertain. Surgeon incision, murder ambition. Fear of the unknown preserves a religion. Denounced the gods when my body went missing. Back then, the pain sprayed ricochet like a Mac 10. Hot lead hit the bed that was trapped in. Red wings, seraphim out of God's grace. Cried tears from heaven like Clapton. Stick pins in the voodoo Hendrix. Thick skin, stay humble Kendrick. Stay skeptic, check the biometrics. Bloodstained crime scene forensic. Lights out, fade into the background. So down, running from the silhouette of self-doubt. By now, really should have figured this shit out. Lights out, smack down. Let it be, quote John Lennon. Tic-tac, John got shot for attention. What did I tell you about the dude's intention? Written as formed in a storm of aggression. Prophets get dropped from action in heaven. Martin Luther, Maxim, or dead. 6-6 followed by 6-7-7. Build and praise and bury him dead. I was born to be half a man with half a chance. My heart isn't half righteous. Half is down and half a gram. Half full troubles and thoughts stay darker than Wu-Tang master plan. Sharper than Glassjar, Splinter and Cinnamon. Irony could kill a man. Makes money when the music lands. Expand, pay me my cheese, rain down Parmesan. Followed by seven whole sins for a self-made Armageddon. Sin 1, pride makes a man kill a man for his ego to survive. Sin 2, lust makes the grass look greener. Crucified trust. Sin 3,
that's what I love about guests choosing the tunes. Something different there. Ren and Seven Sins. You're listening to Radio Woking. It's Roy's Happy Hour with Harry Matadine, and we've got one more song from Fear to squeeze in. It's gone very quick. We were talking about your journey, and one thing we do have in common is fasting.
Yeah, it's such a key topic, Roy. We're just talking off air. So basically, if anyone wants to be healthier, there's something called not eating. Depending on the person listening, it actually gives you energy.
My energy levels go up through the roof. Yeah. I mean, how many people go to work, go out for lunch, and then just really struggling in the afternoon?
Right, so everyone's had that experience of eating like a pie and mashed potatoes, heavy meal.
Sandwiches, bread.
These come in breads.
Yeah.
So that feeling is the body's basically working to undo the damage, or not the damage, the digestion's working overload. So guess what? When you withhold eating for small periods of time at the beginning, more and more, because we're not talking about a long fast, we're talking about just a eating window of say 6-8 hours a day. It's very powerful because what most people do is they wake up in the morning from night to day, and even sometimes in the midnight they're always eating. The body's not getting a break to heal itself because the body knows how to heal itself, and I'll say even further, the body knows how to heal itself without medicines, without drugs, without a load of things. It's just fasting alone can heal the world, and that's the very same as the urine. The fasting can heal the world, but again, we've been programmed to think that we can't let our blood sugar levels drop because it's very dangerous. And I think me and you and quite a few people have proved this wrong just by fasting. And when we get this energy lift, if that's true, why do we get energy energy from not eating?
Well, I can give you the science. So, autophagy is the process where they won the Nobel Prize in 2017, the Japanese scientists, and basically we break down billions of cells every single day, but when we fast, we increase that process, and we're all born with cancer cells within us, and sometimes they activate, unluckily, sometimes your lifestyle activates them. So when you've run down your blood sugar and you've started getting into your fat reserves, the longer you go, the more autophagy you do, and you release this energy called ketones energy, which is meant to be like a purer type of energy. But yeah, when if I stop in the evening, 24 hours is easy, don't really see too many benefits, although having not eaten for 24 hours, having that meal after 24 hours is really nice. But the best benefit is going to bed that night. The next morning you wake up with such clarity of thought, for me. And then you've done it. 36 hours, and then you go through, you don't feel hungry. You're just missing the sensation and the habit of eating. You have lots of fluids, which keeps me going on a non-dry. I know you do a dry fast as well. And then for me, I might have a challenge about 50 hours or 56 hours, and you get really hungry. Well, not angry, but you're fantasizing about food. You're like chocolate, this desk and stuff like that. And then sometimes, a couple of times, I've had like an energy dip. But all I've done is like sit on the sofa for half an hour.
And you've been fine.
And then I've been fine. And then so I did 100 hours this time last year. So there's another big one coming, Harry.
Yeah.
Can you join me?
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
good man.
Yeah, exactly.
Do a mega fast as well.
Yeah.
Harry, so what's Harry Mastin going to look like in the next 5 or 10 years? Going to be eating your poo? Or
no, I definitely know that one's bad for me. I never heard any studies on that.
Pancakes?
It's a good question though. To be honest with you, I'm literally always evolving. Every few years I check back into my videos and my voice is changing, who I am, my mannerisms.
We become more masculine because all this testosterone flying around.
Exactly. I hope the next 5-10 years I'm setting up retreats, but also truthfully, I'm hoping I'm feeling more and more connected than I am now to people. Or whether that be because I just know underneath it all, everyone is created equal by God, and I know that we can have this. True spirituality isn't like yada yada, like a hippie kind of thing. True spirituality is how connected you feel to other people on a day-to-day basis, your friends, your family, and then the higher levels are even with strangers and people you don't know.
Where does God come into all of this? Because it didn't come across in your book. I'm an atheist, so where's it come across for what you're doing with the other things?
All I can only say is my life has been a series of synchronicities, which is random, amazing things over and over and over again on a grand scheme, like the way the urine, the way everything, people come into my life. But even on a day-to-day basis, I'll be thinking of a film and then it comes up, or I talk to a friend. You know those moments when you've been on the phone, you're thinking of a friend, and you have it. My life's always like that. And my belief is, and it's also my ancestors' belief, is that these synchronicities are signs that from God that you are achieving your mission and purpose here. Everyone's doing them, but my life has been too much of a miracle to get me to this point.
Well, mate, you sound like you're in an absolutely brilliant place now.
Thanks.
And it's smiley, happy, chatty, and it's almost heartbreaking hearing about the first 20 odd years of your life that weren't like that, and that's a real shame. And who knew a bit of jizz and a bit of wee?
A bit of wee.
Sorted you right out. Turning up right a treat.
Exactly.
Harry, I want to thank you so much for coming in. If anyone remembers previous guest, Antonio was the...
Shout out Antonio, thanks for the
Yes, right. We're three of us are going to meet up, and I don't know what we're going to do, but mine boggles. But listen, I really want to. You love this artist, so we're going to sign out. Harry, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate you, bro.
This is the last one from Fear, and this is called I Am.
Put me in a box, saying this is it, you'll never be enough. Take those dreams and put them on a shelf. And for many years I was holding back, thinking I should be more like this and that. But then I saw the real truth of it all. No, I am not who you think I am. I am so much more. I am one with source. I am limitless, infinite, powerful, abundant, complete from the start. Creator of all, I am that I am. Oh yes, I am. take over and decide. But when I realized that the choice was mine, oh, I could feel a shift and I began to shine, living an empowered, beautiful life. No, I am not who you think I am. I am so much more. I am one with Source. I am limitless, infinite, powerful, abundant, complete from the start. Creator of all I am, that I am. Oh, I am that I am. And therefore, everything around could fall apart, and I would still have love in my heart. Open eyes.
Northern Ireland's first stalking protection order has been granted by a court in Belfast.